What do you understand by equality, Sophie? What does it mean to you?
Freedom.
Can you be more... Is it equality of opportunity? Is it equal pay across the board? Is it something more than that?
I think equality's better for everyone. I think,
okay.
you know, and I'm really delighted, you know, I love my job because it's an optimistic and a hopeful job, which is about creating more choices for people. I'm interested in people being able to have different choices and having equality of outcome.
Aha, well, so you're going to have choices and equality of outcome. What if people choose different things, which is what they've been doing in Scandinavia? So the Scandinavian countries have moved more towards gender equality than any other countries, and the personality differences in Scandinavia have increased rather than decreased, and the proportion of women who are choosing STEM fields has decreased rather than increased. So as cultures become more gender neutral, the number of women who choose STEM fields decreases.
What do you mean by STEM fields?
So science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
I don't know how you try equality. You want equality of outcome. So it's not based off of the ability of the person who is applying for said job. It's just because you want equality, you want the equality of outcome. Well, sorry, miss. Some people work harder than others. Some people are smarter than others. That's just how life is.
So if you let men and women make their choices, what actually happens is that they specialize in different situations, and you don't get equality of outcome.
Could they not have been programmed to have those views from the moment we raise them and give boys Lego and construction?
No, because what happens is that as countries get more egalitarian, which means there's less programming of that sort, the differences get larger, not smaller. And the scientific data on that is clear, and most of it was generated by people who have a left-leaning bias, so you can't blame it on conservative scientists. It was a shock to everyone to find that out.
Sophie,
I think the difference between Jordan and me is that we look at evidence and we lean towards different theories. So Jordan's theory is very much evolutionary, you know, that there are inherent differences in men and women. Mine is very much more social role theory, if you like, and that men and women are taking on different roles due to the expectations that society puts on them. And it's interesting that Jordan frequently cites Scandinavian countries where they've made more, like there's nowhere in the world that women are equal, but Scandinavia has made the most progress towards shared parenting, etc.
Yep.
There's nowhere anywhere in the world where anyone is equal. To come to that conclusion is a very stupid conclusion to come to. Even among men, men are not equal. Depending on biology, some are taller than others, some are shorter than others, some are stronger than others, some are weaker than others, some are more intellectual than others, and some are not. There's differences between everyone, not just between men and women, but even between men themselves and in women themselves. There's no one equal. And to push for equality of outcome is the most asinine thing you could ever push for.
That said, it's not done yet. There's nowhere in the world where this is done yet.
But it's having the opposite effect that the gender equality types predicted. Opposite, not the same. And it isn't a theory, it's actually data driven by tens of thousands of surveys and the best scientific literature on the topic. It's not a theory, and I didn't come about it because of my political perspective. I looked at the data. What it showed was that as countries become more egalitarian, the differences between men and women grow. They don't shrink.
So what I'm interested in is data and analysis as well, and I'm particularly interested in the ones presented, such as the ones by the University of Southern California, which discovered that change towards gender equality is actually being slowed by beliefs that are legitimizing social inequalities on the basis of sex. And I'm also interested, I mean, like Jordan, I look at the data and I look at the studies, and I'm really also very much interested in studies like the analysis that was done by the American Psychological Society, which looked at 45 analysis of whether there's sex difference over 20 years. And its conclusion was that men and women are basically alike in terms of personality, in terms of cognitive ability, in terms of leadership. But what it did find was that media depictions of men and women as fundamentally different perpetuate misconceptions, as does workplace bias.
Oh God, so it's my fault.
So, no, well, you know, you're leaving.
Once again, stupid conclusions to come to. To ignore the biological differences between men and women is the most stupidest thing you can ever believe. Mentally, men and women are different. Physiology, we're different. there's many things we're different in. I agree, we are more similar than we are apart, but we definitely cannot ignore the differences between men and women, and it is stupid to do that.
Soon it's all
Men and women actually are more the same than they are different. But the issue is that small differences at the population level can turn into very large differences at the extreme. So, for example, men and women are broadly similar with regards to aggression, although men tilt a little bit more towards aggression. So that if you picked a random person out of the population, male and female, and you guessed that the male was more aggressive, you'd be right 60% of the time. But if you take the 1 in 100 most aggressive people, they're all male. And that's why the overwhelming proportion of people who are in prisons are male. Now, do you want to equalize that, just out of curiosity? What about bricklayers? They're 99% male. And we've got about 3/4 of the population now in universities in the humanities and social sciences are female.
Yeah.
Are we going to equalize that? And men work longer hours. They work more dangerous jobs. They're more likely to move. They're more likely to work outside. They're more likely to participate in jobs in the STEM fields that are scalable. They make more money for those reasons. And that's all hidden under the idea that the reason that men and women make different amounts of money is because of their gender.
He destroyed her on that one. They want equality when it benefits them is what it is. You want equality when the CEO job is there, the high-paying CEO job. But when it comes to bricklaying, you don't want equality in that. When it comes to the prison demographic, it's more men. You don't want equality in that either. But as usual, Jordan Peterson wiped the floor with her. Anyway, that was a video. Another little video, another reaction. As I usually say, if you liked the video, like it as much as possible. Like. I want everyone to just, when they watch the video, click like so I can get the likes up and help me in the algorithm. Comment down below. Let's get a discussion going down below. I'll try and reply to as many comments as possible. So comment down below and let's discuss on this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at YinkaThatGuy. And I'm out.